EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. He brings the kickoff back 85 yards. And the Jaguars are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Back to Taylor on first down. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big pickup of 38.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts drive it right down the field to score on their opening drive. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece.
That ties the game at 7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll start on the ground. ETN. And some room to work. There he goes left side. 30. 10. 5. Touchdown. Jaguars. good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right?
And oh, it's blocked. The Colts have it. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, and he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. Boy, I think I need an oxygen mask after those last 2 plays, CD. The long touchdown followed by the even longer return on the block PAT.
I wonder if after that long touchdown, if someone actually needed a play off and didn't take it, and maybe that was the breakdown of protection led to the block.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Taylor. And this is going to be a Colts first down as good running gets him to about the 44. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They have what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Yeah, just couldn't hang on to the slant. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 69 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. And this one is incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Fourth down, here's Ryan. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now ETN to start the drive. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. These two teams, division rivals, of course, and you remember back to Week 18 last year, although Colts fans don't want to remember back to Week 18 last year. The Colts needed a win, and the Jags, they were kind of looking ahead to 2022, but the two-win Jags came up with one of the shockers of the season. They stunned the Colts 26-11 in Jacksonville, and that loss kept Indianapolis home for the playoffs. Update now from a game going on in Pittsburgh. And the Steelers there out to an early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that and all Week 2 games as we go along. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. The Jaguars at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Got it. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
I really like what Jacksonville did in free agency, and what a smart gamble, in my opinion, bringing in Evan Ingram on a one-year deal. Best case scenario, he gets back to being the Pro Bowl player he was in 2020 and gives Trevor Lawrence a big-time weapon in the middle of the field. That duo links up there and picks up a first down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Brandon Ayuk, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time they were stopped on fourth down, had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around.
I'm eager to see what their mindset is, because moving the ball, feeling good, and then that abrupt stop on fourth down, do they go back to the bench and go, oh, boy, they've got something for us? Or do they go to the bench and say, we blew it ourselves, let's get back out there and move the ball again?
And is it different when you get stopped on fourth versus punt? Is that more motivation for the defense, a little more confidence?
I think as a defense, you're so excited with a fourth down stop. Making them punt, that's your goal anyway. But a fourth down stop, that's almost a sign of disrespect that they went for it in the first place. And when you get that, you feel great about yourselves.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan. And this is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Ryan. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Agnew now to return. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And one thing about a play like this, if it's slow to develop, it can turn out poorly. And this play was definitely slow in developing. And that was one heck of an effort to sprint over there and get the man down before he can make anything happen.
And the next-gen stats show us the top speed there, better than 18 miles an hour. On 2nd and 12, Lawrence. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
That's good for the Jaguars. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's Lawrence. He targets Ingram for another grab. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
Crossing the field, Beckham makes a catch. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Odell Beckham from 13 yards out. And the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Aluakin. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, the way things have been going in this one, Charles, it was only a matter of time before this defense got involved and made a big play, and they do right there. Gosh, this lead is so large, CD, and we're only in the first half.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that's so amazing about it. You mentioned this large lead. How's this their first takeaway of the game? And what a spectacular one it was. Adding to the lead, showing the true dominance, and you're exactly right. We're still in the first half.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. They'll keep it on the ground again here. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one, as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it.
Well, throw for Pittman is intercepted. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line.
Partner, I see you reaching for the white flag. Put it down. I don't want you throwing it, but I understand why. Because if you do, you're hoping they might actually stop this game because we're blowout territory right now. That interception just surrendered any momentum they built up in the locker room during halftime. So, game plan, it's in the garbage. Time to try something new in this one.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So he's had a nose for the end zone here in the early part of this season. 2 touchdowns for him now in this one to go along with the one he had in the opener as well.
Yeah, he certainly finds where the goal line is and finds a way to get across it. But you know who else senses it? The guys that block for him. Because he has that instinct, I think they hold the blocks just a little bit longer.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Ryan finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. Now, they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now Ryan. Able to find his man, Woods. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 19. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Hey, 59, ready. 11. Done. Get up. Wait. 39. 51, stop.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And yet again, Ryan is intercepted. And now off to the races, down the right side. He's at the 30. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners.
Touchdown! Travis Etienne, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Jaguars take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On the draw is Taylor. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Ryan. This one complete to Alec Pierce. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Ryan. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
97 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. From the 41, Ryan. This pass caught. It's Woods. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 24-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops from one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jaguars are going to get it back here just past the 35. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Hey, hey, 5 seconds. Hey,
On 2nd down, Lawrence. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play. but he could not pull it in. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Lawrence. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And the Colts are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. From midfield now, here's Ryan. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Foyesade Oluwakin. And the Jags will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some room to maneuver. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is on Patterson now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Here we go. It's Ryan on 4th down. He finds Pierce. It's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Now it's Ryan. Slant pass hauled in by Campbell. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. To throw again on 2nd down. Ryan, this is caught. It's Woods. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Foyesade Oluwakin. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
And he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage, and time is going to expire in this football game. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Tonight, it's on to Week 10 already, and we've got a good one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. From out of his end zone, it's Avery Williams. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. They're going to start to drive here on the ground with Patterson. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. And Charles, if you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
He'll look to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Panthers 7, Falcons nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win. But we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together. They've got a chance of coming out with a W.
1st and 10, it's Patterson. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw here. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Falcons and Panthers, of course, division rivals. It wasn't a great year for either offense last year, that's for sure. Look at the final numbers. The Falcons, they were 29th in the league in total yardage. The Panthers were 30th. Certainly both looking for an uptick here in 2022. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Falcons. Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush, talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Mayfield and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And some room to roam now. And they work this well upfield across the 45. On the ground there, 27 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 64 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. McCaffrey is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Gonzalez to add the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Falcons take over first down at their own 18
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. Now, this defense for the Panthers, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
And they'll use him out of the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
These two teams, they met in Charlotte earlier in the year with the Panthers coming out on top. So a win here in Charlotte would give them the season sweep.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Falcons have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Pulls it in at the 13.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 3rd down, Mayfield.
They'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Mayfield on play action. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
The Panthers at 4-5, a game under 500. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience,
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Troy Anderson in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
90 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
Naturally so. The defense was keyed in on everyone but the back on that play, and it took them an extra second to react when he got the carry. It's still a tough third down to pick up here, but a lot more manageable after an excellent carry on second down.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 13-yard line. They got 29 yards that time.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From the red zone now, Mayfield.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Casey Hayward.
And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it second down. Now back to throw.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success.
He's got a man, complete. A big play there for Carolina. 73 yards.
But Baker Mayfield only 6'1", but he can certainly sling it, and we saw evidence of that right there.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. They'll try to run with McCaffrey, and he is in. Touchdown, Carolina.
Christian McCaffrey, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, The goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he's got it to Patterson, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
They'll look to throw again. And it'll be intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. But turnovers, obviously, Charles, always costly. But, man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Richie Grant in on the tackle.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They go play action. Mayfield. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw, Mayfield. He's going to air one out for Anderson. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will step out of bounds, but not before he's all the way across the 50. A big play there for Carolina. 45 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going up top. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Okay, ready?
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Back to throw now on 1st down. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Back to throw again. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 24-yard line. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They could force the field goal.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just 1 play.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half, because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
103 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time. Forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. They run with McCaffrey off the option. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
They throw it out right complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
3rd and long for Mayfield. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Gonzalez out now to try the Panther field goal. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get. Keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Facing a 2nd and 3, ball on the 10. They'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Mayfield and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. He'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's going to look deep for more. And got his man complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know the securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
He's got the connection to Moore. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 13-yard line. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball.
Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Here we go.
2nd and 3. And now here's another interception. Hooked up by Keith Taylor. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down to the 20-yard line. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
Mayfield's throw is caught here by Anderson. Touchdown! Robbie Anderson, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Panthers have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. A
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level. Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Ritter's throw complete. This is London. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
So after the big play on fourth, here's 1st and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Third down, here's Patterson.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And my goodness, another interception.
Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers are going to get the
Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Los Angeles Rams and the Arizona Cardinals. First weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On first down, they'll start out with Akers. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, this defense for the Cards much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Stafford will the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run good for 24 yards. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
After 4 years each in Jacksonville and Chicago, Allen Robinson made a big jump by joining the reigning champs. Hoping to shake off career lows from last season and get back to being a catch machine. Here's a catch for him there and a first down pickup.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the option, here's Akers. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll go again here with Akers. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a first down L.A. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he comes back with one complete. Touchdown, Rams. Allen Robinson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. First carry for James Conner. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. The first carry for the shifty Tariq Cohen. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Now Murray. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep, Brandon Powell. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Fielded just inside the 20. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
58 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Stafford. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. An explosive 38-yard pickup. They'll run here with Akers. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Cam Akers with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Gay now set to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. The Cardinals are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. Always got some breathing room. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
First down, a run with Cohen. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. That'll be caught. It's Isabella. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That goes for 14 yards. First down, Cardinals.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Murray going to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Leonard Floyd, he's the one who runs him down, and my goodness, that is just a disastrous loss for this offense. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He's going deep for Brown. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense. Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Going right back to Akers. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. On 2nd and 9, Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Cup.
Stafford's pass, complete to Cooper Kupp. It's a gain of 4.
We'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field, but still had it covered, yet they were able to come up with a nice play.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Van Jefferson was the intended receiver.
And that'll bring up 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Throwing again is Stafford.
And he's got this to Jefferson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
As the field starts to get condensed, the defense likes that a lot because now you don't have as much space to cover, but a well-run corner route there.
On 1st down, Stafford here. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This just 32 yards officially from the right hash. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops,
into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Rams force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. 3rd and 7 now.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. They find some open field here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time on the catch and run. 33 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Stafford. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Akers is into the end zone. Touchdown, L.A. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff to Cohen running left side. And he's got room. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now a throw here to his running back.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
But he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the 1st down.
A quick throw complete out to Isabella.
So no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 30-yard line.
Murray now. Being chased out left. Throw left side complete to Isabella. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up.
And he fights his way in, not giving up. And it's a Cardinal touchdown. James Conner taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Cardinals are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Prater for the extra point. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here. Not done in the 4th. A run by Conner on 1st down, and a good one, as he'll get about 7 here.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. That doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down. A nice, consistent gain.
A run between the tackles with Cohen. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd down, Conner looking for space. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Murray now to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go. I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become a...
And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. James Conner with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cardinals have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point good by Prater. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Touchdown, out is Prater to kick. From the end zone, here comes Brandon Powell. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a first down. Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Now Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Stafford now to throw. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another 1st down. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. On the counter, this is Akers. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 102 yards rushing for Akers, and this is a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And I tell you, these division games,